Admiral Joe Sestak is our guest. He's running for U.S. Congress. You have authored reports about terrorism. You've been responsible for reporting directly to the president about terrorism in your past careers. And so I wonder, as Ashton Carter talks about direct contact and boots on the ground, what do you think of what we're doing? Is the White House issuing doublespeak when they say no troops will be involved?
I don't think they're being clear at all. And I think they need to, first of all, divide ISIS in Syria and the one that is in Iraq. In Syria, there is no way we should have boots on the ground, particularly where Turkey, our NATO ally, is like a donut and letting bad guys in through the hole of the donut and bad guys out. And where they want to take down the Kurds who are allied with us. And so there, unless it's a very surgical Delta force to get a leader or something, we want the Arab nations to handle the boots on the ground with Russia, which I'll get back to in a moment. Second, in Iraq, I would accept, as I have said for 6 months, a special force with a laser that is not right on the front line, but is able to pinpoint the target so that the F-18 can pinpoint the laser in against the target. We don't want to hand that laser over to a Shia that's all of a sudden turns it on his ally, a Sunni there. And so we want some control of this to be able to use our artillery from the sky. But again, begin to think of company-bound troops there is wrong.
Russia is also using artillery from the sky, and it seems to me that we're in a very dangerous situation where I hear Hillary Clinton and some Republican candidates talking about a no-fly zone.
Yep.
How do you establish that? If you say no-fly, it seems to me you want to keep Assad's jets on the ground, but that's not going to work for Russia's jets that are out there conducting operations too, and there's a potential for an escalating conflict there. What do you say?
I think your concerns are spot on, and here's why. We have to stop looking at ISIS as just a terrorist threat. It is an aspiring, very dangerous wannabe state. It has wide swaths, hundreds and hundreds of square miles that it's occupying, beginning to move into Afghanistan, its own banking system, its own law. We have to begin to treat this as a balance of power. Russia, Iran, Assad, the enemy of our enemy, we can't and we must work with in order for them to do the hard work against our enemy. That's why tonight in Vienna, the 12 nations that are coming together.
Nations that don't often sit down together.
Absolutely. But like we did in the old days at times, that we manage these nations, that they want Assad there for a while. We can live with Assad for a while, as long as they're going after ISIS, that Assad and Russians don't. But to do a no-fly zone on our own unilaterally, then what happens when helicopters come down? What if there's some troops that come in from ISIS? Do we bomb them? No, we have to do this in a proper diplomacy, balance of power.
All right. Admiral Sestak, we wish you the best in your race for the U.S. Senate. Thank you for being here, sir.
Great to be with you again, Chris.
All right. I'm Chris Moore. I'm glad you tuned in, too. Stay tuned.